That's
gonna
not why they're
divorce
single.
your ass and
No,
take
sweetie,
half.
that's not why they're single. That's not why they're single. I'm gonna tell you why they're single. No, no, that's not why they're single, bro. They're
Why are
single
they single?
because of the fact that, all right, if they're polyamorous, just think about this realistically. If you're monogamous, you want to get married, right? Well, if you're polyamorous, you probably want to do the same thing, right? But guess what? Bigamy
You
is
can't.
illegal. They can't marry multiple women. They can only marry one of them. And so what happens is if they are naturally polyamorous, they're less likely to get married because they can't marry all of the women that they're engaging with. They can only marry one, which then creates which by the nature of polyamory then makes it messed up because now the other people involved can't attain that title. So the thing is you're conflating the two because people who are polyamorous often
Exactly.
don't even go towards marriage because polygamy is not legal. So you're saying why don't they get married? It's because they're polyamorous and they can't get married.
You made the
Simple as that.
standard of them being married, but you never been in a position where you control the room by the way you talk.
No,
A
what
man,
I'm
a
saying
man,
is,
a man of
let me
means.
ask
You're
him.
talking
Let
about
me
the
ask him a
top.
question.
You're talking about the top percentile, the elite.
Let me
They
ask
they
you
don't have
don't
a
a.
do it.
serious.
Okay,
Let
allow
me
me
ask
to
you a
finish the
straightforward
sentence.
question, Sweeney.
They don't have the women dictating what's gonna go down with them. The elite
You want to
men
know
in this
why? Because
country.
the moment they marry
Okay,
that woman, she can control the room because she can
okay,
say, "Oh, I don't
okay.
want
Let me reiterate what I said. The elite men in this country, the top of the top, do not have a woman controlling on most, do not have a woman controlling how the room go or how things go within a relationship. You've never seen people knuckle. I've seen people do that.
Let me just take it back from the money, the elite, whatever. Let's just talk about regular people. I'm gonna ask
Like,
you a simple question, Sweeney.
can't do that.
Go ahead.
On a scale from 1 to 10, why? Okay, what's the reason? What would be the reason why a man wouldn't be honest? Well, okay, the reason why a man wouldn't be honest about how he wanted to move with other women is it because he don't want to ruin his chances of smashing, or is it because he don't want to ruin his chances of having a successful marriage with this woman in the future? Not take away the scale. Which one is it? Because I guarantee you, when in most encounters, in most relationships that's starting out, the reason why these guys are even entertaining monogamy or commitment, period, because they don't want to ruin the chances of not smashing. That's first. That's
Fair.
the initial thing.
Fair.
Now later on, when you get into marriage, then yeah, but I'm talking about the initial interaction between a man and a woman. In most cases, I would say maybe 8 out of 10 times, most of the men who are entertaining commitment or any relationship, is the reason why they're doing that is because they don't want to ruin the chances of being able to smash
Okay.
initially, and then the commitment and all that stuff come later. Do you agree with that?
That the reason why most men lie is because they don't want to ruin the opportunities to smash.
So basically, you agree that most men can't be honest because it takes food off of their table. Put it like that.
Okay.
So we can't be honest because and the guy was right. It causes internal damage because women have been programmed that men are supposed to move like this. Society has programmed people to believe that, hey, look, you're supposed to be monogamous. So what do? We say, okay, yeah, I'm a monogamous. I still want to fuck other bitches, but you know what I'm saying? I don't want to hurt your feelings and I don't want to ruin the chance of me getting a box. So I'm gonna be down for you and I'm gonna,
Okay.
whatever.
Okay.
So you agree with that, right?
Reason.
All right. So basically what you're saying is that most of these men initially lie their ass off to get the box because they can't get it without sacrificing that, potentially sacrificing that. And then
No, we just I would say men are the first ones out of a relationship to compromise. And we're compromising for a greater good.
I think you're trying to conflate it because you asked me a specific question about them why men initially lie, which is true, is that they don't want to sacrifice the ability to get the box. They know that lying to yield better results than telling the truth a lot of the times. Fair. I agree with that. I also agree with you when you say that a lot of men will probably lie because they don't want to risk the marriage or the relationship. Because in today's society, in this country specifically, whether you want to say they were programmed or that they've always been this way, doesn't really fucking matter. The women more often than not are not rocking with it.
Where are your stats?
Well, and the reason why they're not rocking with it is because we're willing to continue to lie. We're willing to continue to not express how we really want to move. Imagine if men was willing to truly express how he really felt, how this world would be. They would have no choice but to conform. The program would be shit. But there's other things in line that affect that. There's an economy that takes a hit whenever we move like that. Like men are biting a bullet on how they behave naturally in so many ways to make the world a better place. That's why when I hear these women say, "Oh, we don't need men," it just it tickles me, man. Because I'm like, can you imagine if men really wanted to move the way they really wanted to move, how this world would be?
What's stopping us?
Well, but see that, thank you, Darwin, for bringing that up, because that was the next thing I was going to bring up, was that monogamous relationships in marriage have more to do with economy than anything else. It's all about business, right? This is why they won't allow you to marry more than one person. It's not because of some sort of, religious belief. Let's be very honest. This nation is no longer a Christian nation. Although there are Christians in it, this is no longer a Christian nation. We have fallen from grace in this country. Let's be very honest. Look at the policies. Look at the situations that we have created in the culture at large. The things that we have allowed that we wouldn't have allowed 25, 50 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Let's be very honest. If we're going to live the way that we want to live, we need to be able to set the tone to talk about the things that are present. It has nothing to do, because what happens is that more often than not, the women, it's more about conforming to create some sort of utopian idea for women to live within. If men were like, well, I don't want monogamy, you know what I'm saying? I want this type of situation, right? It's not favorable for them. It has nothing to do with anything about relationship dynamics. It has more to do about economics and stability overall.
And the reason why we do it is we don't do it for the women. We do it for the babies. We know that the women have to take care of the kids. So we have to create a place for these women to raise our kids. It's our bloodline that we're protecting, man. It's a survival of the fittest thing. And we do it for our children. That's why men bend and break and destroy our natural thoughts, our way of thinking.